Hello all and welcome to All Red. Well, it was All Red at Anfield last Wednesday, and I know this is a little bit late for a reaction video because it's Monday and Liverpool crushed Chelsea back on Wednesday, but I was out of town. I was at Disneyland going through It's a Small World with my kids and my wife, and it was a lovely time. And this is probably not relevant anymore, but I just need to talk about the destruction of Chelsea by Liverpool because it was absolutely delicious. Really, I think there's one thing to talk about with this match, and that is Conor Bradley. Now, Conor Bradley, thoughts and prayers with him and his family after his dad passed away several days ago. But we still need to talk about this performance because when a player, any player on the field, striker, midfield, defender, has 2 assists and a goal to his name, there are things to talk about. Conor Bradley is a right back. He is a defender, and he is putting up ridiculous numbers right now. Against Chelsea, 2 assists, 1 goal, a fantastic goal that if that were Salah, Nunez, Gakpo, anyone on the field had finished like Conor Bradley finished into the bottom left-hand corner, we would be singing praises. Conor Bradley is a right back. Conor Bradley is electric, and I've seen a lot of discussion about this in the past couple days, even before the Arsenal game. Who starts, Trent Alexander-Arnold or Conor Bradley? Now, Klopp didn't have to make that decision because of what happened with Conor's family and his dad, sadly. But I think right now, when Conor Bradley is back, he has to start at right back. How can you take a player out who has recorded a goal and 2 assists? I think in the game before that, or 2 games prior, he had 2 assists. He is putting up contributions left and right, multiple contributions a game from the right back spot. Now, I know Trent does the same thing, right? Trent scores goals. Trent has, he's broken records for assists. But I think it's time for Trent to evolve into the midfield. I don't think there's really a question around that. And it'll be interesting to see what Klopp does when he has to make that decision because he hasn't had to make it yet. But I think Conor Bradley, he has to start. He has to be in the starting 11. Now, how does Conor Bradley perform against a top side? Chelsea are not a top side. They're currently sitting in 11th place. He played well against Norwich, a league, championship side, middle of the table there. So really, he hasn't faced maybe the greatest difficulty, but at the same time, Conor Bradley has passed every test with flying colors. He's not just defending. It's not just like, oh, Conor Bradley didn't let anybody get past him or his man didn't score. It's not that. I mean, he's doing that. Now, he made one mistake, I think, against who was it? Conor Bradley made a mistake in maybe it was the first game he started. I can't quite remember who that was. Let me check. It was it against Newcastle? Maybe it was Newcastle. I think he started against Newcastle and made a mistake that led to a goal. Ultimately, it didn't matter. So whatever. But Conor Bradley, for me, he would be my starting right back right now. And I would absolutely find a way for Trent to get into that midfield 3, which I think there's room right now. I think there's room in there right now. You've got players coming back from AFCON and Asian Cup. And here's the thing right now, I think. Liverpool have defied all the odds up until the Arsenal loss yesterday, which was very painful. They've defied all the odds. Everybody thought, oh, Salah's gone. Liverpool are going to drop points. Oh, Endo's been playing well. Now he's gone. Okay, Szoboszlai's injured. Trent goes down. I mean, we are scraping the bottom of the barrel, and yet the bottom of the barrel is actually really good. It's really good stuff down there. Conor Bradley being one of those players. Now, who thought, who saw this coming? When Conor Bradley had to start, he had to start starting games because of the injuries and the missing players. I, for one, was like, okay, getting a youngster in there. I think he's 20 years old. It's like, great, we'll get him some playing time. Maybe we'll see, maybe he's able to do that in a couple years more regularly. And Conor Bradley has just absolutely blown me away. I mean, he is. I probably sound like a broken record here. He has to be our starting right back. So Klopp has some serious problems now with everybody coming back from injury. I mean, we saw Thiago come in against Arsenal. Trent is back. Andy Robertson's back. Joe Gomez has been playing super well. So the thrashing of 4-1 against Chelsea was delightful. Absolutely delightful. Jota just plummeting through that back four was beautiful. I think Conor Bradley, assist to Jota, goal, assist to Szoboszlai, and then finally, he doesn't get on the score sheet with that last goal. It's Luis Diaz from Darwin Nunez. We gotta talk about Darwin. We don't talk about Darwin, no. That's a good one. I need to write that one down. That's going on the list here. At some point, I'm going to put together some player songs. Not necessarily songs you would sing at the stadium, but just some fun renditions. But Darwin Nunez. All right, Darwin. 4 shots off the post. Now, I always want to admit when I'm wrong, because I do try to make predictions, and I will be wrong. And I was wrong twice. The first thing that I said that was completely false and wrong was I said, you got to start Trent versus Chelsea, because up until the 4-1 thrashing, we had drawn for like literally 3 years with Chelsea. We could not separate ourselves. And so I said, start Trent. His long balls can kind of like break up the defense, and hopefully we can get a couple, good looks in there for Darwin. Clearly I was wrong there. Conor Bradley started, and that game would have been much different if Trent had been in at right back. Who knows? I mean, it could have still been 4-1. But this game should have been like 7 or 8-1, to be completely honest. Darwin Nunez, I said before the Chelsea game, I said if Darwin Nunez doesn't hit the post and can put away his chances, we will win. Darwin Nunez hit the post 4 times, did not put away his chances, and we still won. So 2 strikes against me there. But I'm glad I was wrong on both of those fronts, because Conor Bradley absolutely single-handedly demolished Chelsea. And Darwin Nunez hit the post 4 times, and we still scored 4 goals. I feel for this guy. I want to make it very clear. I am still a Darwin Nunez fan. He would be my starting striker over anyone in this team. He has to be our number 1 guy moving forward, and I know he is. Klopp still puts him in, starts him. He didn't start against Arsenal because I think he had a little bit of a knock, but Darwin Nunez hit the post 4 times. 2 of those were like, okay, keeper hit one, maybe saved 2 of those and knocked them off the post. So that's like, okay, he could be so clinical because he's getting so many of these chances every game, and they're so close to going in. It's just incredible. That penalty was painful. I don't care who you are. You've got to put that in. You've got to put that in. A penalty, a shot in regular play off the post is like, oh, well done. You got close. The crowd is going to clap for you. A penalty off the post is almost as bad as shanking it wide or just skying it over the crossbar, because you're not putting it in. It should be a free goal. I think that was a little bit of a wake-up call of like, okay, Darwin, like maybe it's the nerves. Maybe it's the nerves, because that should have been a goal. And yet, what does Darwin do at the end of the game? An absolute surgical pass with his left foot, not his dominant foot, a surgical pass into Lucho for a goal. That was an incredible pass. Lucho was probably 2 or 3 steps behind his defender, curling around the far post. Darwin sees the run, left-footed pass across, and Lucho gets there for the goal. A beautiful assist by Darwin. And that's what I love about Darwin, is he can hit the post 4 times in a game, one of them being a penalty miss, and yet still keeps focus, keeps the tenacity, keeps the chaos alive to make a pass like that. And that's why Darwin Nunez must continue to be Liverpool's starting striker. So beautiful game, beautiful win against Chelsea. We got the Chelsea monkey off our back, finally beating them as we should have been for the last several years, and perhaps a little bit of a confidence boost ahead of the Carabao Cup final. I think beating a team 4-1, and probably, we should have beat them 7 or 8-1 or 7 or 8-2, because Chelsea had some chances as well. I think there's some confidence there ahead of that Carabao Cup final, which I'm thrilled to see. So well done to the Red Men. Chelsea are terrible, and I love it so much. I just love it so much. And next video, we're going to talk about the painful loss to Arsenal, and I'm an optimist, and I'm going to hopefully spin that and look for some silver linings. So well done to the Red Men. Well done, Conor Bradley. Let's go Liverpool.